The Marvel multiverse is full of an unimaginable amount of amazing alternates of our favorite superheroes and villains. Captain America is one of those very heroes who has an assortment of alternates who come in all shapes, sizes, and forms, and whose powers have often deviated from his initial Earth 616 iteration. So today we are returning to our list of the top 10 strongest alternate versions of Captain America with a part 2. We previously discussed a lot of Cap's strongest alternates in the part 1 of this list, so be sure to check that out after this video as well. So with that in mind, let's get to it. And at number 10, Poison Captain America. Poison Captain America is one of the heroes who becomes assimilated into the Poison's hive in the Venomverse. So for starters, if you're unfamiliar with the story, what's a poison? Well, poisons are a benevolent race of aliens who are the predators of the Clintar, aka symbiotes just like Venom. A venomized Doctor Strange summons a bunch of symbiotes from across the multiverse to fight the poisons, but in the process the poisons absorb and take over several venomized heroes, making them a part of their hive. This includes Cap, who was initially known as Captain Venom. After he's assimilated, he ends up acting as a field captain for the poisons and the hive. He's eventually killed by Carnage. What a way to go. I feel like dying via Carnage is just like one of the worst ways to die in the Marvel Universe. That would not be pleasant. And at number 9, Secret Wars 2099. On Earth 23291, Steve Rogers isn't Captain America. Instead, it's actually Roberta Mendez, a new version of Cap that was created by the company Alchemax and lives in Battleworld. She's not Captain America by choice though. She was forced by the company to take the super soldier serum. And here's the kicker, Roberta actually turns into Captain America when the words "Avengers assemble" are said, becoming fully physically and mentally Cap. When the word dismissed is said, it triggers her back to regular Roberta. Being in the future, her uniform also got a bit of an upgrade and she wields an energy shield along with energy wings. And at number 8, AI Steve Rogers from Earth 14831. Artificial intelligence Steve Rogers is a product of the year 2420, in an alternate reality in which Ultron had killed the Avengers and turned all of humanity into slaves. Ultron would decide to craft his own Avengers team out of AI, modeled after the original members, which includes Cap. These AI Avengers would fight against their namesakes from the past thanks to their past selves being displaced in a time jump thanks to the time gem. While he is capable of everything the 616 Cap is capable of, he's also much more technologically advanced, and even tries to hack into the past version of Iron Man's suit in order to kill Tony within it. Likely that plan didn't go well thanks to the difference between the technology Cap had access to and the tech of the past. It's a case where not having backwards capabilities is actually welcomed. And at number 7, the Infinity War Doppelganger. This one is an alternate version of Cap that actually appeared in the main continuity of Earth 616. In 1992's Infinity War story arc, when Adam Warlock's evil half Magus decides to conquer the universe, he pays a visit to a place called the Dimension of Manifestation, home to Anthropomorpho, who has the ability to create doppelgangers. Magus enlists his help to create doppelgangers of every superhero on Earth, including Captain America. As you can see, he has a bit of a sinister twist to him. All the doppelgangers fought their true selves and ultimately were defeated when Adam beat Magus. So what can evil doppelganger Cap do? Well, he can assume the form of whatever individual he desires. He can mimic that individual's abilities, powers, and weapons, and in his natural form, he's actually a tentacle creature. Yeah, these doppelgangers can merge with their prey as well, taking over their bodies if they so choose. Gross. And at 6, General America from Earth 3010. Earth 3010 is the home of Lady Deadpool, an Earth in which an American rebellion has risen up thanks to fascists in the federal government and a schism in Congress. This leads to several states declaring independence and a new American Civil War. Lady Deadpool is on the opposite side of the rebellion, whereas Cap is one of the generals leading the rebellion, known as General America. He also has a bionic right arm. His arm was amputated after Headpool from Earth 2149 bit and infected his arm, and it was cut off by Deadpool in order to keep all of the other people on Earth safe from, becoming zombies. Maybe him and Bucky can now arm wrestle. See who wins. And at number 5, Steve Rogers from the Dormammuverse from Earth 5113. Earth 5113 is home of the Dormammuverse, a reality where Dormammu rules, if that wasn't obvious. This version of Cap doesn't really have much of a backstory, but instead is part of an evil alternate team put together by that universe's Doctor Strange, a disciple of Dormammu. After Dormammu took over, all of the heroes underwent mystic surgeries that made them more than human. For example, Spider-Man has multiple arms, and Daredevil is a literal devil with his eyes gouged out. Cap appears to be made of a solid metal material and his shield is lined with spikes. Alongside Dormammuized versions of Hulk, Wolverine, and Thor, Dormammu Cap is brought in to fight off the Defenders in Defenders Volume 3 Issue 4, and he swears like there's no tomorrow. As noted by Namor, Cap and the rest of the Twisted Doppelgangers aren't constrained by anything vaguely resembling ideals and morality. In at number 4, Iron Cap from Bullet Points. Bullet Points is a limited series that took place on Earth 70105, and what makes this universe distinct is that Dr. Abraham Erskine was killed before Steve could be given the Super Soldier Serum. But fret not, the government had a contingency plan, and instead, Steve ends up becoming a part of Project Iron Man, in which his body was surgically grafted to a giant suit of armor that resembles the Mark I Iron Man suit. Using this armor, he fought in World War II, and years later his body would be removed from the suit. But despite this, he was forced to get back into the suit in order to fight Hulk, who in this reality was Peter Parker. In at number 3, KREE Cap from Earth 99315. This is yet another version of Captain America that isn't actually Steve Rogers. So for context, on Earth 99315, the Kree have conquered the planet, and in order to mock the human race, a bunch of Kree soldiers have taken over the identities of Earth's mightiest heroes, including Captain America. They also stole their powers. Earth would later be invaded by an insectoid race, causing the Kree Avengers to relocate to the blue area of the moon. KREE Cap adopted a uniform very similar to his namesake, except stylized to represent the Kree race. His uniform is green, silver, and purple, and his shield has a planet on it instead of a star. He also has the same abilities as 616 Cap, combined with the advanced physiology of the Kree race. In at number 2, 2099 AD, Captain America from Earth 928. This version of Steve Rogers is a blend between Captain America and Thor, and exists in the year 2099 AD. When he was found frozen alive, a corporation called Alchemax took him in. Alchemax essentially controlled the USA, having created products for every consumer need. He's given Thor's hammer Mjolnir to symbolize the new world that they're in, and along with Miguel O'Hara, who is the 2099 version of Spider-Man, the two create a new team of Avengers. So what can Cap Thor do? Well, aside from having his 616 Super Soldier enhancements, because of commanding Mjolnir, he gains many of Thor's abilities, including a superhuman upgrade in terms of strength, speed, durability, and stamina, and of course, he can manipulate weather. And finally, in at number 1, Earth X, aka Earth 9997. Earth X was a limited series from 1999 that took place in a post-apocalyptic world. Captain America is a war-torn hero, aged and balding, but still has the same abilities as his Earth 616 self. But here's where it gets interesting. In the follow-up to the Earth X series, Universe X Cap, a one-shot, we see Rogers sacrifice himself to save the original Captain Marvel. Because of his sacrifice, he's turned into an angelic character with blue skin, a white star on his chest, and an A shape on his face, which matched the scar that his human form had. He's also got a blade of light that emits from his arm. Now when he died, he was transmuted to a higher state of being and became part of something called the Avenging Host, a group that was charged to defend Paradise after Mar-Vell killed Death. Steve had a bunch of supernatural powers that came with this new persona, including wings that allowed him to fly, the ability to shapeshift, although it's uncertain if he can shift to forms outside of his previous human self, and he can awaken latent memories of those in the realm of the dead. Plus he can travel between various different dimensions, which definitely comes in handy. Alright, there we have it friends. What other alternates of Captain America can you think of? Which ones are the strongest in your opinion of all of the alternate Earths in the Marvel Universe? Give us a shout in those comments below and let us know. If you dug this video, spread the love, hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more lists just like this one. In the meantime, thanks for watching friends. I'll catch you all in the next video.